I was getting angry. Stephanie, you hear me? I wrote the word dumb. Dumb. Dumb for not turning around. Kelsea, that's a cop-out. I wrote that. Adam, that's a cop-out. I wrote that. I said, y'all are dumb. Hello, welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. It's a coffee kind of night. We are your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take and our feedback on each contestant's voice and overall performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we'll always keep it 100 with our feedback and critique of each contestant's vocal and overall performance, but what we're never here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. With that, we might come off a little bit more pitchy.
Especially tonight. Not because of the talent.
Especially
because
tonight.
We're a little sleepy.
We are a little sleepy. It is you say I have my, in tribute to Nashville, it's a little faded. The Raymond Auditorium.
Yes, I see.
Raymond Auditorium in Nashville. My mother-in-law brought us back this mug when she came back from Nashville.
Nice.
She went to Nashville and Pigeon Forge. So, in the spirit of The Voice.
Yes.
And in the spirit of Music City.
Yes.
I got Nashville. Okay, so we got a lot to cover tonight. Mm-hmm. You all, we will not tarry. Because I think we have a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Ooh, I thought I lost my notes for a second. I was about to cuss somebody out.
No.
But
Rebuke and cancel that.
Stephanie, I want to first say congratulations to your hometown team. The best team
won. Eagles fly.
Yeah. And they didn't just win. They blew it out. So congratulations to my second favorite team in the NFL.
Thank you so much.
That the Ravens didn't come to Baltimore from Cleveland until 1995-96. So I was pretty young, and we were both pretty young. And when they came, before they came, I was a diehard Eagles fan. I had an Eagles starter jacket. I had Eagles everything because I was a Randall Cunningham fan from the way back in the 90s. Mm-hmm. So I was just overjoyed to see them win. But you know what? I went to school in Philly, y'all, and Philly fans are some of the most bananas. They will burn their city down out of excitement.
Yes, I hope it's, as far as I've heard, it's still standing. Okay. Parade is on Friday, and we will be insufferable even through next season. We will be insufferable, so.
Yes. All right, let's jump right in.
Let's go.
So our kickoff tonight was from Miss Tatum Scott. She was our leak, right? Mm-hmm. So we had a little time to marinate over her. And she did Vampire with a lowercase v by Olivia Rodrigo.
Crusher, bleed me dry like a damn vampire.
So, it's interesting, Stephanie, with Tatum. Olivia wrote a damn good song. I'm sorry, y'all. This song is just such it is an incredible piece of music.
She a writer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just crazy. I felt with Tatum, the lower part of her voice that they were kind of going gaga over, I felt it sounded a little manufactured. And by the word manufactured, I felt like it was a little bit of a copycat of Olivia. Like, I was like, that's not Tatum's voice. To me, it didn't sound like Tatum's voice. I felt as she worked her way up the scale, you got her voice. Sounded a little bit of copycat in the beginning. That was just, again, a personal feeling. Once her voice opened up, I was like, okay, Tatum's actually a country singer. I don't know twang in that voice. Interested to see how her voice does sound in other genres and what artistic liberties she is going to take in those other genres.
Mm-hmm.
You will see a common theme tonight but my common theme tonight is artistic liberties. Okay?
Oh.
So Stephanie and I are both, we say in our intro, how we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. Artistic liberties, in my opinion, in my professional opinion, can either hinder or help you. And I think that I see that Tatum is a smart enough singer that I feel like she is going to take the right artistic liberties and she will be a genre bending singer, because Vampire is not a country song.
No, it's not.
But I heard the country in it, which I kind of liked. It was very different. It was a different approach. So I take out the beginning of this song and I do, like, when she started to walk up, I said, okay, that's her voice. And that's what she needs to stick with. That's my take on Tatum.
That's interesting. This is what I said, like right at the very beginning. I was like, okay, if someone if we're in 2040 and somebody were to ask me, what was the female pop sound of 2020? I would say it was the sound that Tatum was giving.
That's why it's that manufactured, because this is a common sound that kind of the likes of Billy and Dove Cameron and Olivia ushered in, right?
Yes. Yeah, so I guess it's inconclusive to me what her sound is, because I did hear the different textures in it, and it would be interesting as the competition goes along to see whether there are just these different textures to her voice or whether there is a more true sound, one or the other. Definitely a cool character sound, definitely a storyteller sound. So yeah, definitely that storyteller songwriter voice. I think that working on her breath control would help a little bit. I felt like there were some parts of the song that weren't as well supported. I think she could be brilliant. I think she could be like a Zoe Lavere of season 25, I believe Zoe was. I feel like she has that star quality that we could see. Just picking the best songs for her and just getting her really comfortable on that stage. But off to a good start.
It's a very now song, and it'll get people listening. It'll get a younger generation listening, because that song was like kind of everything last year in the year. Olivia Rodrigo, like the last 2 years, it's been about her. So I see. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Now, my next.
Hold on, we got to tell who she went with. So,
sorry.
Kelsea and John turned for her. I was interested in John, and I was interested in what he heard, because we know John is very specific when he turns. She ended up going with Kelsea.
Yeah. No, good choice. Kelsey's going to help her with her sound. And if she's country, Kelsey's going to bring it out, obviously.
Oh, totally.
Because Kelsea is a country pop singer. Like, well, she's a country singer with a slightly pop sound.
Oh, yes.
So I think Kelsea is a perfect fit to help her find her sound.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Okay. Now our next singer is Bryson Battle.
But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. I love you. Where there's no space or time.
Stephanie knows how I feel about this song and how important this song is to me. Okay? There's some things that happen later in the episode that kind of justified why I'm going to go the direction I'm going to go with this song.
Okay.
Can Bryson Battle sing? He absolutely can. But Bryson, if you're listening, I need you to listen very closely. As someone who intimately connected with this song, both vocally, emotionally, and such. Be careful with a song like this and do not over sing it or over ornament it. Granted, it was a showpiece and you got a 4-chair turn, and the judges were going ape crap over your voice because you have an incredible instrument. I said, but this song is hallowed ground, not just for me, for a lot of people. And this song is sung by one of the greatest, and I'm sure you know this. I pray you know this, Bryson, that this song was originated by one of the greatest singers of all time. And it does not need much. What it does need is almost 100% emotion. Okay? You have to watch if you are going to ornament a song. Because Donnie actually does his own ornaments in the songs, but they're so slight. They're very slight, and they don't take away. But there were parts of this audition I felt like your ornamentation got a little pitchy. And on some of the runs. But what you did on the back half of the song, the choices, probably I would say the last 10 to 15% of the song, the choices that you made, you closed the heck out of this song. And you put your stamp on it to show how incredible of a vocalist you are. And Bryson, I'm being very hard on you because there aren't many songs that I like am this passionate about and I feel like need to be done. One of the things I felt that you did marvelously, which a lot of people lose on this song, Stephanie, would you agree that this is a song you have to have good diction on?
You have to.
People have to hear the words of this song.
Yeah.
And I thought your diction was spectacular. I understood every word that you were singing, understood where you were going with it. I felt the emotion. I just felt like your runs and your ornamentation, with the exception of that at the end that you did, which was, I loved it. That's one of my little secret runs that I do too. So I loved it, Bryson. I felt like I just want to hear a stripped down version of your voice. And that's just me personally, because I feel like I hear an incredible melody singer in you. And you don't need all those ornamentations because your voice is good enough, Bryson. That was a lot. I said a lot, Stephanie. I don't know if you want to unpack it. I don't know if you want to just tell me what you feel about this performance. I know I said a lot, but Stephanie was right.
No.
Stephanie was prepared. She knew that I was really going to really focus on this performance. She knew it. She called it.
They showed the song title and I was like, oh no. Just because I know how only because I would have to have a conversation with James about it. That's the only reason. And I know how hard he is on the song, but I was like, oh man, like darn. Like I don't, like it's to the point with this song where it's almost hard for me to make up my mind how I feel about it, to be honest with you. Like, it's like, how do I really feel? Because I take what you have to say so seriously because of so many different reasons. Vocally, you know what you're talking about. And I know how much the song means to you. And I know how much you've studied the song.
And I sing the snot out of it. Y'all, I don't
praise you didn't have to say that. It's true. But
on many things. But I'm singing the snot out of this song. And if we weren't a family show, I'd say something else. But
I don't know that I have James is a very humble person. It is so hilarious to hear him be like, I sing this. this is my ish right here. He's telling, there like no lies detected. He's telling the truth. It is just so rare to hear him actually say that about his own vocal. But it's true, y'all. It's true. I guess my question, I have a question. I guess my question would be, it sounds like you're saying that the ornamentations at the end were fine, but the ornamentations at the beginning were not. And I would wonder why that is. Simply because it sounds inconsistent.
Okay. That's crazy, Stephanie. I had a feeling you were going to ask this question or some semblance of this question. I want to save my response because there is an audition tonight that I cannot wait to hear your opinion.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Oh, I know which one. I know which one.
And because, and I don't want to foreshadow, but I'm going to just give you one sentence. I felt like this audition, this person did exactly what they were supposed to do with the song Given.
Uh-huh. Not the person, not Bryson, the other artist we're talking about.
The other artist that I want you to give your feedback on first.
Got it.
I need, and Stephanie and I have mentioned this many times. I know I mentioned it a lot. I need melody, 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 melody. And then go ahead and go off the last 10 to 15% of the song. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do that, and this is just a personal choice,
mm-hmm.
the judges did not feel, the coaches did not feel this way.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. They get a minute 30. Not even.
Not even.
Block, right? Minute 20.
Yeah.
Minute 15. But that's just me. The boy can sing, as my grandfather would say. Used to say about me. The boy can sing. Okay? The ornamentations were just a little distracting. And I'm not saying don't sing it straight. I'm singing, just give me like a Chris Stapleton Star Spangled Banner Run. It's the only example I always use.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a couple of little ooh, and then go off on the end. That's what I want. Okay?
Okay. All right.
If
so it does. Here's what I'll say for now. I think he has a really rich quality to his voice. I hear holleration. I hear the creativity in the choices that he made. I definitely hear the theatrical part of that he's from the theater. I hear that, and not in a negative way. I think that it helped him to bring the emotion to the song. That, to my next point, I was like, he is so young to be singing this song. Like, it almost feels like you have to have. It almost feels like you have to have some life up under you in order to execute the song well.
Somebody say that. Somebody said, "Oh, he also said that about another artist too." Like, I think he said about Jaelen too, but we'll talk about Jaelen later.
Right.
But yeah, like you can, you can tell that Bryson has had some life. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So, all around, I'm going to say that I like the performance. There was nothing about it that was offensive to me, and I really could hear the strength of his overall, just what he had, like vocally. I could hear it with this song, and it sounded good. Like, that's all I can say. He's got a great voice.
Bryson, ain't no doubt Bryson's gonna eat for many rounds.
Bryson's gonna eat.
He gonna slop it up for many rounds. It's just, y'all, I'm harder on this song. And Bryson, I love you. I really do. But it's like coming on that show and singing a John Legend song to John Legend.
Right.
That's what the song is to me. And I think if you had done another song, I'd have been like, yeah, you know, but this song. I'm just saying, going forward, Bryson, when you sing this song, just take a critique.
Mm-hmm.
It's not saying you didn't. It's not saying like you're bad. No,
it's a critique. It's a critique.
It's a critique.
That's all.
Okay.
Love.
Oh, always. Mm-hmm. Always. We always come in love. Always. All right. Can't wait to see what you're going to do forward.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know it.
You're going to eat.
All right. So he, this was a battle for who Bryson was going to pick.
Yes, it was. It was a 4-chair turn. In the end, he picked John Legend.
Yeah.
Welcome to Legend.
I love Bryson. I said, stop it.
See? You picking and choosing.
But I'm in the middle of rehearsal, so I can't even do it like I want to do it. But dude, like you just, it's just crazy. I had to rewind that, Bryson. I did. I really had to rewind that run at the end. It's crazy. All right, enough about. We don't want to spend too much time because we got a lot of people to talk about.
Yes, we do.
All right. Next, Jordan Allen.
Mm-hmm.
Old Time Rock and Roll by Bob Egert.
I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll.
This is I love Jordan was like, look, I don't sing nothing before 1980. So you better. I said, you better, Jordan. You really better. You know what? The first off-putting thing for me about this audition had nothing to do with Jordan. I did not like the key.
Oh.
I did not like the key. It was like I don't know if it was, I'm trying to see, was it, Jordan, I'm interested, because I'm all about keys and you singing in the best key for you. I thought that could have been a lower key.
Okay.
And I'm going to say why I think it could have been in a lower key, Jordan. Because I want a little bit more grit to this song. I thought, to John's point, like John gave him a really good critique. To John's point, like you were safe. I felt I agree with John 100%. I was like, well, what is it? I was like, now this song, dun 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 dun. And I'm not saying to go all Bob Egert. I'm just saying a little bit more grit. Because let me tell you, Jordan Allen is from Appalachia. Kentucky. All right?
I knew you was going to bring that up.
Appalachia.
Yes, he does.
I am one generation out of Appalachia.
Yes, he is.
Both my parents are from West Virginia.
Yes, they are.
I know a little bit about that type of singing. I know a little bit about the voices that come out of those mountains.
Yes, he does.
And they got grit, they got dirt, and gravel.
Yes.
Okay? And I know Jordan's got it. But to John's point, I just felt like it was a little safe. It was good enough to make it pass. But Jordan, I need you to bring it. I need to hear that Appalachia all up in that throat. Okay? But you did a great job, sir. Great song choice, too. I love it. I don't sing nothing before 1980. Or after 1980. Yes, you better. You better.
So it was so funny when the
family.
Yeah.
Beautiful family.
When the song started, it was so funny because Adam was like, oh, snap. Like this song. Now,
I thought you come out in your underwear.
Now, see, for me, I did not like the song choice. Because for me, this song feels very karaoke. It feels very like a caricature. You have a picture of your mind of what this song originally is. Yeah. And it's kind of a caricature. It's kind of like funny and, which is not bad. But I think that he is such a better singer than this song.
Tom Cruise ruined it. Tom Cruise ruined it.
Yeah, I think
it's a great song, but you have in your mind.
You have in your mind
what this.
Yeah, right. And I think I honestly think that stops some judges from turning or some coaches from turning.
Point, Stephanie.
I thought like just taking the song away. I was like, all right, I gotta take this song away and let me just listen to his vocal. And I was like, this is one of our pros of the season. Like his voice is seasoned. Like there were no pitch issues nowhere.
No,
and there won't be for his duration of this show. Like he is just such a solid, like you like to say, flat-footed singer with holleration in his throat that I wish we would have heard a little bit more of. And like you said, like the grit and the gravel, I wish he would have sang like a Chris Stapleton song. If he would have sang Cold, he would have had everybody laying on the floor. Okay? That's the caliber voice I think that this gentleman has. He has that cold. He got a cold caliber voice. And
what's the song that is Cold? The song that husband and wife.
Yes, yes, cold. Yeah. Why you gotta be so cold?
What's it?
War and Treaties.
War and Treaties. Tiny Blunt and her husband.
Yeah. Yes. Come in like a knife.
Y'all check that Chris Stapleton tribute out on YouTube. I said that to Stephanie. Stephanie was shaking her head all the time. She said, they need to stop.
They gotta stop. They gotta
because
stop.
I'm trying to have church up in here with this song.
Listen. So if he would have sang that, they would have been on the floor. He would have been a 4-chair turn.
You know he can sing it.
Yes. He's our pro. So I'm looking forward to see him in the next round. See some more song choices.
I do remember who Jordan chose.
Yeah, so Buble and John Legend turned for him, and he went with John Legend. So I was like, he gonna pick some good songs for you.
I'm gonna tell you why. That means Jordan is smart. Because John, literally, y'all, before he chose John gave him a critique.
He sure did.
He sure did. And you minored it when I usually pick it up and do it. And that's why I felt like, Stephanie, that was why I was like, John Legend and me, our ears sometimes are like right on. Because I was like, there's something weird about this key.
Right.
Because John was like, minored something when you could have, and I don't want to get too technical, but I agree with John. But Jordan's like, look, I'm trying to get better.
Yeah,
and
when
I'm feeling Jordan's holding it back, and he gonna let us have it.
Mark my words.
Stephanie gonna be laid.
Mark my words.
Laid out.
Jordan is coming. He's coming. Mark my words.
Stephanie I'll be like, Stephanie, I'll be looking down on the camera. Stephanie be flat on the ground.
And be like, see, told you.
That Appalachia gonna come out in that voice.
That's right. I know that's
right. All right. So who was our next singer?
Next up was Hayden Grove, 31 years old, from Cleveland, Ohio, and he sang Mac the Knife by Bobby Darin.
One Sunday morning, I lie as a body. Just losing booze and let someone sneaking way around the corner.
He's so good.
Tell me, could that someone be on a Mac the Knife?
This is a standard. This is a Buble's lane.
All right. Now, remember I told y'all? I said, the way I feel about a song for you, I said, Michael Buble, same thing.
He was like, take all that vibrato out your throat.
I'm going to tell you something. So, Bryson, this is why you can't get mad because of what Buble did with Hayden. Okay? He did not turn. Now, I'm going to give you my opinion. I thought Hayden killed it. I thought he killed this audition. I love those little, and it was like so slight, the ornamentation, it did not bother me at all. But you got to understand, Buble is this is his lane. Okay, this is his foundation. This is who made him who he is, who made him a multi-millionaire by singing these standards the way that they're. And I said Buble is 100% correct. Stylistically, that is how those songs were originally done by the greats, the Franks, the Ellas, the Bobbies, the Rat Packs, Sammy, all of them. This is how those songs were done. It's supposed to be done. And Buble is paying homage to those singers, right? But the thing is, I thought Hayden brought a fresh approach, and I'm okay with the slight liberties he took. In fact, I thought he sounded better than Buble when he did it. And haters are gonna hate. Y'all can hate me all you want. But
wait, again, you can hate me now. That's in my head now. You can hate me now.
You know what? Buble can Kendrick Lamar me if he wants. But I'm gonna tell you something. I'm going to tell you something. Buble knows exactly what he's talking about, but I feel that Hayden did the right thing. Now, I think it's a blessing in disguise that Buble did not turn for him. Because what is Buble going to do for Hayden?
Get out my brain. Get out my brain.
So the fact that Adam was the only one that turned, I thought that was a fantastic pickup for Adam. Watch what Adam does, y'all. Watch. Because Adam's that type of singer. He doesn't sing the standards, but I'm just saying he's the type of singer that he'll throw a little R&B in his voice.
Sure will.
With the type of music that he does. And I heard that in Hayden's voice. Like Hayden was like, yeah. Like I can't do it because my voice is tired. But he was like, yeah. I was like, okay.
A word.
So that's my thing. Buble, I don't agree, but that's it's artistic liberties, right? It's the word of the day, Stephanie.
Yes. So we have a similar take because when Buble was saying all the things and whatever, my initial thought was maybe he did it his way on purpose. Maybe he wasn't trying to sing it the proper standard way. Maybe he was trying to do a more updated version the way that he wanted to do it. And so like I appreciate what Michael was trying to do, but just like you said, I was like, I'm kind of glad that Michael didn't turn and that he went with Adam, because if he really does not want to sing standards as standards, but sing all types of songs the way he wants to sing them, Adam is going to be the perfect coach to facilitate that. And so like, I get it. When you sing a song like that in a genre that is so specific, I can get where Michael's coming from. But just like you, I was like, I liked what he did. And who said he wants to change? And who said that he was doing it wrong? Like, you know what I mean? So I agree. I loved it, Hayden.
I personally think it was just a reason for Buble to get up there and show what he does so well. Because everyone knows that Hayden sang that down. He sang that song down.
Everybody knows that.
And I'm gonna use an example. I think one of the best renditions of a song that people have very strong feelings about is when Alicia Keys brought Adam on to her Unplugged album and they did Wild Horses together.
Wild Horses.
Wild Horses is supposed to be sung straight. And it's a Rolling Stones song, and Adam came on, and Adam Levine it. I mean, Adam Levine all over it. And
Graceless lady.
Right. I was like,
you know who I am.
I mean, he just, and some people were like, didn't care for it. We wanted it sung straight because it's Wild Horses. But nope. And it was fire.
I'm sorry, Alicia sang that thing down too.
She did. Baby.
Wow.
So that's why I think he's a great pickup. Hayden's a great pickup for Adam.
Yes.
All right. So who do we have next?
Next up, we had Jaelen Johnston, 21 years old, from Derby, Kansas. He sang "Where the Wild Things Are" by Luke Combs.
Jaelen got a story, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I actually loved when Jaelen started to, again, walk his voice up. And I was like, yo, like he's got a whole other dynamic to his voice. Like he's got that.
Truly.
Like he's got that in his voice. He's got that Johnny Cash in his voice, right? I said, but Jaelen, I'm gonna be serious for a moment. I'm gonna get dead serious for a moment. I'm I'm going to look dead in the camera and get very serious. Do you know, young man, how important you are to this genre of music? Just because it's you. And Jaelen, if you don't know what I'm talking about, somebody's going to tell you what I'm talking about. You are so important to this genre of music. You are a real bona fide country dude. Ain't nothing fake about you.
Somebody is going to tell you.
Someone's going to tell you, Jaelen, why you are important. And if you don't know who just won Best Country Album, go from there, Jaelen. Go from there. And I know you have a story because you started to tell your story in your be real. Because you do. Your voice just bleeds like it just, you can't help it. You got a story. Mm-hmm. A biracial kid raised by white country parents and grandparents who obviously, especially the grandparents,
they love that boy. They love that boy.
Straight up. And Jaelen, you've probably been told this a million times, so I'm probably preaching to the choir. But you can tell that your grandpappy and your grandma loved you.
They love that boy.
And if they cared, you washed all their care away.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you are important, because you are the real deal.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that Beyonce is not, because she obviously is. I'm just saying this is just who you are.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an evolution of you. It's who you are. It's
who you is.
You know no other way. And Jaelen, that's why you're so special and you are needed in this genre. You really are.
Absolutely.
And Jaelen, you're probably going to give me, and I hope and pray, because I hear it in your voice, you're going to give me that country R&B I've been waiting for. Because you're the man to do it. And
you like are the man to do it.
From Johnny Cash and that low, and you are a storyteller. And I can't wait to hear your story, more about your story, because I am fascinated.
Mm-hmm.
I had to get serious. I'm not. You know, Stephanie and I will joke and laugh, but Jaelen, you got a story.
No, be serious,
tell.
bro.
I know you do. I know you do.
Absolutely.
I like this kid. I really do.
The richness of it all. Yeah. I was like, he opened up his mouth. I said, "Oh, I was not expecting the deep richness of it all." I feel like when he gets more, it's funny. I'm like, the more we do this podcast, the more I find myself repeating certain phrases. So it's kind of funny to me when I hear myself back. When he gets more reps up under him of performance, I think he is going to be a showstopper. I heard a little bit of nerves in this audition, which, this is probably like the biggest moment audition of his 21-year-old life. But I heard the gorgeous raspiness of his voice and I heard the power. And the minute he gets a little bit more control of that instrument, he is going to be a formidable contestant on this competition. And I just like his whole aura. I just really enjoy. So,
yes,
well done.
Well done. Like you
yes, ma'am.
To Kelsea.
To Kelsea.
Kelsea's like only a few years old.
Right.
Yes, yeah. Like, I had my game of manners.
I know that's right.
And I learned my manners.
Listen, I love that. When they talking about the manners, I was like, you better open them doors, say please and thank you, and yes, ma'am. I love it. So Adam, Kelsea, and Michael Buble turned for Jaelen, and in the end, he ended up picking Miss Kelsea.
Great pickup for Kelsea. Huge.
Totally. Absolutely.
Huge. Because, again, I love Kelsea being on this season because Kelsea is a lover of all types of music.
Yes, she is.
Kelsea is going to push Jaelen to venture into other forms, but keep that country in his voice.
Right.
I think that's a huge pickup for her. Okay. Our next contestant was Mr. Ricardo Moreno. Put your head on my shoulder.
Another song choice where I was like, wow.
Paul Anka.
Wow.
Standard.
Wow.
Another standard.
Another standard,
Later
yeah.
Standard, like 1960s
Yeah.
or maybe late 50s, I think.
Yeah.
But still a standard at that. First of all, no, I'm gonna jump my first comment. I said I was getting angry. Stephanie, you hear me? I wrote the word dumb. Dumb for not turning around. Chelsea, that's a cop out. I wrote that. Adam, that's a cop out. I wrote that. I said, y'all are dumb. I said, y'all are dumb. And then my first comment before I wrote dumb, and that's a cop out, Adam and Chelsea. Y'all are losing some credibility with me. I said, sing the song, boy. That was my first comment. I said, you better sing this song.
Mm-hmm.
I said, thank you, Michael. And I wrote that. Thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Yeah.
I said, his voice is unique. His voice will kill multiple genres in this show. And Ricardo is going to be your sleeper because he not only will sing multiple genres, he will sing in multiple, and he is bilingual.
Mm-hmm.
He can sing in Spanish and English, and he's going to kill on this show. And I was like, y'all for not turning for this boy, this young man. I thought, I was like, okay, how is he giving me a different sound than what this song calls for, but staying in the style?
Get out of my head.
And like almost, I felt like a teenage angst, which that's what this song was kind of written for.
Right.
Like I was like, but the tone was all different, but kept in the genre. I was like, what is he doing? I said, this is funky.
It was wild. And I think that what you're talking about right now is what may have, if I were to give the coaches an excuse, might have caused them a little bit of confusion because as this was if you are a Patreon, each week I randomly pick one of the performances to watch live. I record myself and you get to watch me watch the performance. And today it was Ricardo. And first of all, I was like, put your head up. I was like, they is wild in season 27 with these song choices. Put your head on my shoulders. Okay. And then he started singing. And just like you're saying, I heard doo-wop. I heard 70s. I heard R&B, but I heard like a young sound as well. So I was just kind of like, it was just like a swirl of like, what is happening? But the vocal is amazing. Like the vocal in and of itself is amazing, which lets me know, just like you said, he can sing probably anything. And then he flipped the game when he started singing it in Spanish. And that's when I thought Michael was going to turn, because we know that Michael loves a good bilingual singer. So when he didn't turn, I was just kind of like, but wait, wait, something's going to happen, because they are not going to let this young man go. They can't let this young man go. And then I was like, oh, wait, the more they kept talking and the more you saw Michael kind of contemplating, I was like, oh, they got that coach replay. They going to use, I wrote it down before it happened. I was like, Michael Buble is going to use that coach replay on him. And sure enough, that is exactly what happened. I will be interested to see what kind of songs Michael picks for him and exactly what lane Ricardo might want to be in. If he wants to be in a lane, like we said, his voice is so diverse that he could probably pull off anything. I think that there was just with this very specific song choice and the way his vocal sounded, it was just like hard to define, which isn't always bad. But if you're trying to get coaches to turn for you, anything that causes a little bit of confusion can deter them. I'm glad that it was not a deal breaker in the end, and that Ricardo has the opportunity to move on. I want to hear more. Mm-hmm.
Michael exercised his, what is
Coach
it?
replay.
Oh, replay. I call it reconsider, which is what it is.
Same.
Coach replay. So Michael picked him up.
Right.
I don't know. Michael may have been being strategic.
Maybe.
I think he may have wanted to pick him from the beginning, but was afraid that he'd go with another singer.
Maybe.
So, yeah, I think strategy too comes to that. Okay, awesome. Okay, our next contestant, I am definitely going to have Stephanie speak on first. Her name is Ari Camille. I love her name, and Stephanie knows why I love her name.
You know I love her name.
And she took us back to our youth. I want to be down. She said she offered some brandy.
No matter the time, day and night, it's true. I wanna be down.
First of all, she is adorable. She's as cute as a button.
She is.
She is. And Kelsey said it. Kelsey's like, girl, you're stunning.
Yeah.
But she's got this whole this vibe. So I'm gonna leave it there. Stephanie, please enlighten us. I want to know what you thought about this, because Stephanie, this is one of those songs where Stephanie, if you don't come correct with this song, Stephanie gonna let you have it.
So this is one of these songs where I might not be able to remember a simple word like mug, but turn this beat on and I can sing every lyric. And it was so funny when the song started.
Bobby brain in a minute, but turn this on.
I would like to get to know. I will sing every lyric. I will sing every ad lib. It's just ingrained. It's ingrained. So it's funny when the music started and it was like, winning. I was like,
nah. She gonna sing my song.
She goes down. So when she opened up her mouth, it was so unexpected. The voice that came out of this young lady's mouth, throat, was so unexpected. I was like, she sounds like her throat sounds like she's 35 years old.
Yeah.
Like, and has smoke and life up in the throat with the rasp that it has.
Life.
Yes. It just sounds seasoned. It sounds like a voice that had been through and had some experience, had some life up under it. Such a rich voice. It is so interesting. It was such a jazzy kind of take to this song. And it really made me listen to how hard this song is to pull off. Because there are multiple parts of the song where you feel like where the background will sing and then Brandy will sing.
First album or second album? I can't remember.
I feel like it's the first.
I think so too. And
I think it's the first.
15.
Yeah, she was young. She was young.
When this song dropped. I think this is her first number one.
Yeah. So in Brandy's original version, there are parts of this song that are like pre-chorus, I don't know what you would call it, that the backgrounds will sing. You know, you'll see Brandy singing it in the video, but I guarantee you, if she's doing the song live, she's having the BGVs.
Brandy doing her own background.
Yeah, but if she's singing it live, she would have background sing a significant chunk of a portion before the actual chorus comes in. What Ari did was she sang it all. She didn't have the BGVs, which makes it very difficult because there's a reason why Brandy has the BGV sing in that part, because it's so breath support, lungs of steel. You have to know when to breathe. So what I thought that she did that was really brilliant is that she didn't sing it right on time. She sang it in this kind of jazzy kind of version that allowed her to take a breath and backfill it so that she could keep up with the song lyrically, and just kind of, and stay on time, but stay off time at the same time to make it work.
She had more to do that.
Yeah, it does. She has a voice that sounded like Layla Hathaway. Like, she sounds like she could do the 2-note harmony by yourself type deal. Like, that's what I heard in her throat. I really liked her rendition because I understand how hard this song is to sing as a blind audition if you are singing everything by yourself. And I thought that she did a brilliant job with it, especially being that young.
I think a song like this, if you don't do it right, could just come out flat, right?
She gave me vibes.
The song doesn't go many places, but it's a whole vibe, like Stephanie said.
And like the quality, the texture of her voice gave it the interest that I think that it needed.
Get out of my
along
head.
with the way that she decided to deliver it.
Again, 100% agree on everything Stephanie said. Really quickly, because I know we have a few more to get through. I said with Ari, it's all about tone.
Mm-hmm.
I said she gives you a completely different tone on this song, which actually made the song sound completely different to me and Stephanie than the original.
It gave it a different quality.
Version. So I said bravo to that. Because Ari's pretty young, and the fact that, again, she's able to stylistically kind of bring her own to such an iconic song that Brandy is very specific. And if you imitate her, it's never going to work. Nobody, in my opinion, can really imitate Brandy.
Don't do it.
So that's why I love. But to the point I mentioned earlier about A Song for You, I felt like Ari sang the song straight in the beginning, and then she gave you that little jazzy ornaments towards the back half of the song, always sounding like herself. And never a copycat performance. I said, very well done. This was an incredible audition.
Loved it.
And and to Stephanie's point that she made when she first started reviewing it, it's not, you didn't expect it to that sound to come out of Ari.
No,
Ari
not at all.
Camille. Love your name.
Yes.
All right. So who did she wind up going with?
So John Legend and Michael Buble turned for her.
Okay. I was like,
and
Adam,
he's back.
Why didn't you turn?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he thought, I don't know why he didn't turn.
Down with some Brandy, Adam. Why you ain't turn?
Listen, if you down with Alicia, then you down with some Brandy.
Right.
So she ended up going with John Legend. Despite the weak way that Michael Buble tried to get her on his team. Like, I was like, dude, you gotta stop being so corny. Stop being so corny.
Pretty 40.
It is, yeah. And I love her personality because when Michael was talking about her writing her name on the same arm that he has his children tattooed on, he said something to the effect of, "My wife would love it if you," and she was like, "Would she?" I was like, my girl. Like, would she really? No. Really?
All right. Okay, so our next contestant, I love this name too.
Yes.
A family member has this name.
Yes.
2 family members, 3 family members with this name. It is a very popular name in my family. So Braxton Garza, Pretty Little Poison. I've never heard this song, Stephanie. Who do you know?
I haven't heard of the artist, so I apologize if I say the last name wrong. Warren Zeidler.
Okay.
Zeiders.
Okay. I mean, it was okay. I thought it was okay. I think the voice needed a little bit more coaching because I heard a good voice, but I also hear quite a few pitch issues.
Okay.
I can hear also a struggle with the sustaining of notes, like holding a note. And I felt like the pitch suffered a little bit. So it was just okay for me. This to me was it was just okay.
Okay. I heard a nice tone. I heard that country storyteller with a little bit of an edge. I heard the twang. I heard holleration. I heard it's funny with the previous artist we were talking about how what's her name? Oh, matter of fact. Tatum. How Tatum had like the 2020s female kind of pop sound. I feel like Braxton has like the 2020s male storyteller sound. So I just think he needs some coaching because I think that he has raw talent. I think that it's there. I think he just has not had a lot of reps and a lot of experience. So I will be interested to see as he goes on in the show, if he sounds a little bit more polished, if some of that pitchiness, because I heard a little bit too, but if some of that pitchiness is harnessed but I like his energy. I like when he picked who he picked. He was like, let's go. I was like, yes, like this dude, he seems like a dude that just needs a shot. And he got his shot. So I'm hoping and praying that he makes the most out of his shot. So Kelsea and Michael turned for him, and he actually ended up going with Michael. So let's go. And what happened was Michael blocked Kelsea. So she was not even in the running. So she was not happy. She was not happy about that.
Michael is going to work him.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need out of Braxton.
Yeah.
I think that he needs somebody to really push him vocally.
Mm-hmm.
To your point, there is a voice, there is all those things you mentioned, but I felt like the audition was a little lackluster. I don't want to say lazy, because I don't think it was lazy. I just felt like it was a little ill-prepared.
I wouldn't say ill-prepared. I would say inexperienced.
Yeah, probably.
Because I know they're not ill-prepared for as long as they're there and as long as they're practicing and all that. They're not, none of these people are ill-prepared. I think it's just ill-experienced. And so hopefully in the next round, we'll see more of a polish to the overall product.
I think that's what I was looking for, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because so many of the artists, first episode and this episode, have brought their polish.
Yes.
The blinds.
Totally.
Which is refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. Our last performance of the evening was Mr. Britton Moore.
Mm-hmm.
And he sang Yellow by Coldplay.
Mm-hmm.
I need to be very transparent, Britton. If you are watching, I need to apologize in advance. I personally had you all figured out. And I use that in air quotes. I thought I had you all figured out. I was like, oh, Jock from Texas, he's gonna be good, but he's not gonna be what I thought he was going to. What I thought you were going to be, Britton. I said you blew me away. I was blown away. But then I should have. Hindsight's 2020. I should have been clued in when he said I turned down a voice audition,
right,
to go play in my 6A, Texas state championship,
right,
baseball, Texas, and I know how big baseball is in Texas.
Yes,
and the fact that 6A is a pretty large school, so he's that's a chance of a lifetime, and I would have probably turned it down too. Mm-hmm. Well, not me, because singing is my number one, but I'm sorry. Sorry, Britton took. Sorry, Chris. That's Britton's song now.
Oh,
that's Britton's song.
Oh,
he sang
not the handover.
He sang that song down. I love the control. I love that Britton does this crazy thing with his voice. Stephanie, did you notice how it stayed kind of in a floaty space? and he
angelic quality.
Could flip to that falsetto, and he had that nice flip in his voice, that nice kind of yodel in his voice. I said, but if I'll get technical for just 2 seconds. Britton did this, sang in this space in his voice where it's not all the way in his falsetto, but I would call it almost a high chest mix.
No, 1000%. I was like, oh, he up there full throat. He up there full throat.
What's he doing? I said,
the
technique on this young man is astonishing. Because I don't even know if he realizes what he's doing. Unless he has a teacher. If he has a teacher, he's got one heck of a voice teacher. Because he stays in this area of his voice that is a little floaty, a little chesty, but all mixed. And it creates this really cool sound. And it seems like he has the mastery of that part of his voice. So I just want to hear him sing everything in that voice. Like, because I'm just like, anything this young man sings is going to be crazy amazing. Because he stays in this area of his voice that most men can't sing in. And I wrote, great technique, great natural technique. I said, I wonder if he's had training, because it was so cool. You don't get that type of voice very often. And I'm sorry, Britton, you own Yellow. You snatched it from Chris. Sorry, Chris. Great song.
Sorry, Chris. Yeah, this was Come On Choice. This was, you a true tenor. The way you up there. The way your voice is staying up there. Full throatedness. Full throatedly staying up there.
Floaty, high, pretty wings,
No, but it was just high timbre, full throat, a place where a lot of dudes have to be in their falsetto. And he was just up there.
It's not like Steve Perry or Freddie Mercury. It's just all his own.
No, it's actually very Adam-esque. It's very Adam-esque.
That's it. Maybe I heard a lot of Adam Levine.
No, it's very Adam-esque.
Because that's kind of where Adam stayed. In the song we were talking about earlier with the Wild Horses. That's what made it so ridiculous.
Yes, yeah.
It's not Justin Timberlake. Justin Timberlake will stay in his high falsetto.
Right. No, it's not the same. It's
Justin sang back with NSYNC when he did a song like Gone. Justin was in this space of his voice, and that's what it made, in my opinion, so effective. Like, I can't do it today.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. That sent me right off the edge.
That's the that lays around. That's that little move that Justin did back in the day. Yeah. Oh, so brilliant.
Just to finish up, in the B-roll, I peeped something, and I was like, he a worship leader.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw one shot of him on a big stage with a crowd with his, I don't even know if his hand was up, but I was like, oh. So then I got on Instagram and I'm
not surprised.
And I was scrolling. I was like, oh, you a worship leader.
Anointing on that voice. That's
yeah, that's all. So I was fully expecting greatness, and that's what I got. So I was not surprised by the come on runs. I was not surprised by the come through choice. I was not surprised by the beautiful tone and the beautiful control. It was
did you listen to this in your good ears? I gotta listen to this back in my good ears.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I gotta hear that because I just was like, oh, that's crazy.
It was good. It was good. Yeah, it was so good, y'all, that it was a 4-chair term, having all the coaches fight over Mr. Britton. In the end, I think he picked the perfect choice, Mr. Adam Levine. Love it. Yeah.
Adam, and I can't wait to hear him and Adam duet, because Britton's going far, and it's going to get to a point where they are going to get to duet. I'm just speaking that into existence.
Come on.
And it's going to be crazy.
Yes, it will.
If they do a song together, because they have very similar timbres.
Yes, they do. They do.
Yeah, it's very rare. Very rare.
Oh, maybe he'll have him do some Maroon 5.
Okay, so Stephanie.
Yes.
Tell the pitchies what they need to hear.
Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform. While you're there, please rate and review so new listeners can find us. And if you are listening to the podcast, make sure that you check us out on YouTube. Search for The Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new video. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at The Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more. And lastly, we are on Patreon. As I mentioned previously with Ricardo's audition, you could watch me watch that live and see how I reacted in real time. That's one of our offerings. Another offering is that you get the main feed episode early along with bonus content where we talk about in the blind auditions if we would have turned or not and what our real feelings were about the people that did not get a chair turn. We don't talk about them on the main feed. We only talk about those artists on Patreon. So for only $5 a month, you can get all of that content and some little bonus extras as we go along as the season unveils itself. Sometimes I'll hop on and just give y'all a little video about this or that, anything that's on my mind, anything about the leaks that we get. So $5, the link for that, which you want to use your internet browser. If you're going to join us, do not do it on the app or there will be a 30% charge that we do not want to do. Go on your internet browser, hit that link that's below or in the description and join us for only $5 a month.
All right. Well, until we meet again for another night of Blinds for season 27, we bid you adieu.
Bye-bye.